So Olo is heading off to the Marquesas.
The Marquesas.
Marquesas?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be sorry to see Redhead leaving the dock. They were great neighbors, particularly the dogs. Well, the crew too. Bye, sweetie. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Thanks to these guys, we're getting underway. Because we had a technical malfunction that Jeff actually got in our bilge in a very tight spot with a soldering iron and fixed. So we're very grateful to the crew of Redhead. More than they'll let us tell them or show them. Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Bye-bye to Olo.
You guys are awesome.
So Olo is heading off to the Marquesas, the Marquesas Keys, which is only around 20 nautical miles from Key West, but it's a big adventure because we will be off the grid. We now have a working anchor. We're excited to use it. We have our friends coming, including the captain of Miss Norma, who will pose. We, of course, have Jasper ready to go. Let's untie some lines and fire them up. Or let's fire them up and then untie the lines.
I have the wrong color shorts on. The crew all has khakis. I don't have khakis. It's a problem.
Gangplank, I'm thinking. Free of traffic, we always check. I think it looks pretty clear. We're all clear. Here we go.
Never come up behind me with a camera.
The captain told me to.
He's telling me that. Sean is now pulling up one of our fenders. I will let him handle that. I'm going to head up to the bridge. Just going to drop that down in the water. Got it. On board.
All right. I'm behind you once again.
Behind me once again. Beautiful little fenders.
Where are we headed, Jimmy?
The Marquesas. Marquesas are halfway between Key West and the Dry Tortugas. And we're getting off about 2 o'clock, exactly when Captain AJ said we'd be leaving.
Giving you a walkie for when you're out on the bow so the captain can communicate with you.
Excellent. Thank you. How are we doing, Captain Sean?
Oh yeah, doing good.
Yeah. Beautiful
Getting out
day.
on the water.
Hi. We're underway.
Woohoo!
We're going to the Marquesas.
Yeah, baby.
Who knew we could actually do this? Finally. We've been waiting for the weather window, the guest-free window. We love our guests, but it was just not possible. And look at this. Look where we're headed. Right out the Safe Harbor Channel. Into the beautiful Atlantic Ocean. The run from our dock at Stock Island Marina Village to our anchorage in the Marquesas Keys was actually closer to 28 nautical miles. It was a straightforward route in the West Channel with just a couple of waypoints to follow once our bow was pointed to the west.
Passing Boca Grande. It's a little too early in the day to set anchor, so we're gonna keep pressing on to Marquesas.
Who's excited? I am. What are you excited for?
I am, because I'm an olive, a stuffed olive.
I'm excited to paddleboard and snorkel and swim and breathe the
Drink
fresh
seltzer.
air.
Yeah, there's
Drink
that.
seltzer
Yeah.
water, see the stars at night.
Yes, nobody else.
Dolphins.
The Marquesas Keys, as they're identified on the chart, are made up of several small keys lying in the shape of the South Seas Atoll. With just a few miles of cruising left, we were all very psyched to arrive.
All right, here we are. We are in the beautiful waters, a couple miles east of Marquesas, and we're going to swing around and find a great place to drop the anchor. The water is unbelievable. The people on board are unbelievable.
This
Jasper is unbelievable. Jasper, is there anything out there?
Turquoise? Is it jade?
Can you see anything down there?
What is that color?
I think it's
Azure. I think you're right.
We had received good advice on where to anchor, and the spot we chose is close to the marker called Tintin Anchorage on Active Captain. It lies on the west side, and it provided reasonable protection from what was a prevailing south-southeast wind. All right, we've got our anchorage. We've pulled up. We're going to give this a whirl. We're at 9 feet, so do your math.
You got your spot on?
Yep.
Straight down to sand. I think our road ratio is going to be 7 to 1 today.
55.
That's why Sean's counting out the footage of chain going out. A little less than 10 feet of water. With freeboard about 6 or 16, so we're going to do 7 times 16.
Anchor chain's heading that way, leading us to shore right now.
You just want to let it settle on something.
Yep, we're at 80 right, or well, like 77 total. What'd you say above water we are?
We need 105 feet out.
Okay. 105?
Yeah.
Said let it settle. Yeah.
Okay. We set our anchor for the very first time. It didn't happen last year. It's finally happened off the coast of the magnificent Marquesas.
And thanks to our good friend Steve Jackson.
Steve Jackson for our bridle, and Sean is going to take it from here.
Yeah, so we put out just over, I think just over 90 feet of chain.
7-1 scope.
7-1 scope. And we put a new bridle on that Tim
Made under the tutelage of our
perfectly.
great friend Steve.
Yep. So we put equal tension on either side, center line the bridle, and let out a little bit of slack on the chain to where it's not going to bite down, pull any tension on that winch and anchor windlass, and not destroy anything. So
And where are we?
we are in the beautiful Marquesas Keys.
Look at this. What is Jasper trying to do?
He's trying to
He's,
trying to bite the end.
he says we need.
It is time for an arrival cocktail, everybody.
Yeah.
So we made it.
Yes.
We're anchored. I don't think we're dragging anchor.
We're not dragging.
We do have our drag queen, our still functioning drag queen app set for our anchor alarm. Tim,
Shall we?
please.
This is the Welcome to Paradise bell.
Cheers.
To good friends, to good times,
And Olo for getting us here safely.
Olo,
And the puppies.
and the puppies.
Of course, the puppy.
And I'd like everybody to say at the same time, Boats, Plans, Life. Ready?
Boats, plans, life. Cheers.
Cheers. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Time to get the tender in.
Time to get the tender.
Our first sunset at the Marquesas was magical. And while we'd like to show you more from the night that followed, what happens after sunset on Olo, well, you know the rest. Where's everyone?
So are we gonna gear up and head to our beach, do our beach lunch? Is that the plan?
I think that is the plan.
I think that is the plan.
I think it's a great plan as well.
Let's go exploring.
Chef Timmy took on the food prep duties in the galley for our fantastic beach picnic, something he always does with great skill, while Sean and Ramey decided to go for a swim. Sean really wanted to dive the anchor, which hadn't appeared to budge even a bit, and of course, Jasper kept a very close eye on them. And then, with the dinghy fully loaded with food, and of course life vests for all, we were off to explore and find the perfect spot to hang. We very carefully cruised into and through the very shallow lagoon that's in the middle of the islands, and then we saw it. This perfect sandy spit on the southwest side. It was just what we were looking for. Beautiful white sand and not a soul in sight.
Everybody check out the osprey over there.
The crowded dinghy ride was well worth it, and the entire crew was all smiles. After a great time was had by all humans and dogs, we loaded up the dinghy and headed back for another great night and another beautiful sunset on OLOH. How was the final run?
All right, so we just got the dinghy up top. The davit worked flawlessly. Now we're getting ready to pull up the anchor chain and the anchor. The anchor is in the pocket.
Captain Ramey's at the helm. How's this going?
Hello. What an amazing day. What an amazing vessel. Fabulous.
I mean, what do you think of driving the big boat?
Hey, it's a little bigger than Little Miss Norma, and
Only 30 feet.
Yeah.
31 to be specific.
She handles differently, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Nice. Look at this water.
Yeah, fabulous.
Heading into Key West. With the winds building from the south, we decided to take a northern route back, leaving us in the lee of the islands for much of the trip before picking up the northwest channel into Key West. The crew was all smiles for most of the trip, but when we closed in on the stretch where the Gulf waters meet the Atlantic, well, things got expectedly a bit more rough. And then we had a COB. One of our bow cushions flew off and over the boat, but thankfully it was rescued without incident. Turning into the channel toward Stock Island Marina Village, we were greeted by calm waters, and all was well as we made our final approach to the dock.
It's quite a contrast in venues, huh?
We brought OLOH easily into her slip and could not have been more pleased with our most excellent excursion to the Marquesas. And we're so glad you were there with us. We made it back from the Marquesas, and everything is good. Plus, we have all of our cushions stowed away. We're doing the cheesy thumbs up now. Thank you.
And out.
Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button and be sure to subscribe and whack that notifications bell for many more adventures of OLOH.